Welcome to those sailing on the Majestic Princess, May 21st, 2022. This video will introduce you to the first part of the cruise tour in Alaska, the 7-night inside passage from Vancouver. I wanted to share this with you to give you an idea of what our cruise will be like and what and where we are going. What are the key motivators to see Alaska? Let's see.
Wildlife second, mountains third, along with Glacier National Park and Denali National Park. Coming in sixth and seventh is Ride Alaska Railroad and Cruise the Inside Passage. So there's a lot of different reasons why people travel there, and all of those things are available to every one of you as guests if you so choose to go. So I want to share a video with you now, just dealing with Princess and what they have, or give you an idea of what they do.
Hi, thanks for joining us this afternoon. I wanted to give you a little bit of insight about Alaska. When you look at a map of the 50 states that make up the US, Alaska is typically shown down in the lower left corner with Hawaii. And in comparison to the mainland states, it appears to be about a third of the size of Texas. Well, actually, this couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, at 570,000 square miles, as you can see, Alaska is 2.5 times the size of Texas, 10 times the size of Florida, and 16 times the size of my home state of Indiana. So in square miles, it's the equivalent to the entire eastern seaboard, spanning from Maine in the north, south to Florida, and west all the way to Tennessee. Very different from that little postage stamp in the bottom corner of the map. But despite the expansiveness of Alaska, it only has a population of 730,000. So it ranks at the 48th state in its number of residents, coming in ahead only of Vermont and Wyoming. And just to give you a little perspective, For instance, if Manhattan had the same amount of people per square mile, there would only be 29 people living there. And that would definitely change the traffic. And as Steve had noted, one of the big draws of Alaska is the wildlife. And Alaska has the largest concentration of animals anywhere on Earth. The wildlife is very diverse and abundant, with grizzly bears, polar bears, caribou and moose, Dall sheep, goats, eagles, whales, salmon, just to name a few. So no matter where you travel across the state, there is plenty to see. But if you're more into the majesty of the landscape, there's 45,000 miles of coastline. And just as an FYI, the US has 55,000, so almost all of it is in Alaska. It has more than 3,000 rivers, 3 million lakes, and of the 20 tallest mountains in the US, 17 of them are in Alaska, including the highest peak in North America, Denali, found in Denali National Park. So whether you like to kayak on the peaceful waters or hit the rapids, hike through the rainforest, or make the climb for a magnificent vista, Alaska has it all. So next, let's take a deeper dive into the Inside Passage and the ports that may be visited on an Alaskan cruise. We'll start with Ketchikan.
Thank you so much, Diana. Hello, everyone. I'm going to talk about Ketchikan. So it is sometimes referred to as the first city in Alaska because it is the first port visited when heading north, but it's actually the 6th largest city in Alaska. In early 1900s, during the gold rush, fishing and timber industries were established, and now Ketchikan is known as the salmon capital of the world. It is set amidst the Tongass National Forest, a 17-acre rainforest, which happens to be the largest national forest in the U.S. Ketchikan spreads out over 10 miles of waterfront on the Tongass Narrows, which is a Y-shaped channel that's part of the Southeast Alaska's Inside Passage. There is lots to do when you visit Ketchikan. You can wander along a quaint historic creek street and enjoy some shopping or watch the salmon run. The Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show is a big hit for visitors, and they enjoy watching athletes show off the skills and tools used traditionally by those who work in the great conifer woods of Alaska. Have you seen the show Deadliest Catch? You can cruise on the Aleutian Ballad, which was on season 2 of that show, and learn about the world of commercial fishermen. If you prefer to do the fishing yourself, you can also take an authentic fishing tour on the southeastern coastline and enjoy a gourmet meal of your own catch at a remote campsite. If viewing wildlife is your cup of tea, Ketchikan has more than 250 species of birds, migrating humpback whales, orcas, sea lions, seals, Dall porpoises, mountain goats, and black bears, which can be seen fishing in streams and browsing forested lands for berries. Misty Fjords National Monument is a must-see while visiting Ketchikan. The deep mountain valleys and ocean inlets were carved by glaciers thousands of years ago. Some people call this sea to summit magnificence Yosemite of the North. Please enjoy this video of a luxury cruise tour of the Misty Fjords.
It's hard to say what just one of the most fascinating things about the Misty Fjords Monument is. Absolutely everything has a meaning out here. The Misty Fjords National Monument is a wilderness that's been carved out by glaciers. We go 55 miles out of town to this heavily protected area of wilderness, all the way out there to see Rudyard Bay and Punchbowl Cove. This is where all the massive 3,000-foot vertical cliffs are. Spectacular scenery. Probably unparalleled. anywhere else in the world. But it's quite a mystery to geologists as to how New Eddystone rock is still standing here today. Most people walk away from this trip with kind of an overwhelming sense of awe. What you see here is just so fascinating that you want to keep coming back.
Next, we're going to hit on Juneau, and that is when you're sailing north, typically it's your second port stop. So even though it is the state capital of Alaska, it's only accessed via plane or ship. No roads lead into Juneau. It's a haven for wildlife and a home to 280 different species of birds, 5 species of salmon, black and brown bears, and awe-inspiring humpback and orca whales. Juneau offers the perfect blend of extreme and relaxing activities for every visitor. Get your adrenaline pumping with a helicopter flight over Juneau Icefield on your way to a dog mushing camp. Here you can visit the dog kennels and stand on the runners of a dog sled for an exhilarating ride over the ice. The nearby Mendenhall Glacier is not to be missed, and there are multiple ways to experience this breathtaking glacier. Jump in a canoe or a 2-person kayak to view it from the water. See it from above on a helicopter, or go hands-on with a professional guided trek over the ice itself. Take in the beautiful sights on the Mount Roberts Tramway. Rising 1,800 feet up onto Mount Roberts, you can explore the Sky Bridge and Mountain House, do some alpine hiking, or walk the trails, and definitely see some amazing expansive views. But if something less exhilarating is more your style, hit the waters for the opportunity to view magnificent marine mammals on a whale watching cruise or fishing for the wild Alaskan salmon. Relive the gold rush history and try your luck panning for gold, then enjoy an authentic salmon bake. Here's a video showing you how you can experience the beautiful, serene, and breathtaking port of Juneau.
Skagway is part of the Klondike Gold Rush National Historic Park. If you've ever wanted to follow the path of a gold rush pioneer, Skagway is the gateway to the gold rush, established in 1898. No, I wasn't there at that time, contrary to what some people might think. Take a scenic vintage rail car tour, which follows the path of these pioneers as it winds around the granite mountains, across gorges, and past through tunnels. You'll enjoy a history lesson on this fully narrated trip. If you've ever dreamed of striking it rich by panning for gold, because I'm sure that's a thing still today, you can visit the city of Skagway or take a land tour, which will immerse you in this experience and let you pan for gold in the Klondike gold fields. You can book your rail trip round trip, or you can combine it with other activities which is available in Skagway. What about those cute little puppies? Who doesn't like cute little puppies? You can get up close and personal with the still working dog sled team at the Mushers Camp and even ride as if you were on the team. If trains are not your thing and you're more of the adventurous type, there's plenty of options for Jeep or hiking trails. You can walk across the Yukon Suspension Bridge 65 feet above raging rapids, hike down a path that was used during the gold rush, and you can end your tour with a relaxing raft float down the river, passing through different ecosystems of all of this beauty. Anybody up for ziplining across waterfalls? Well, more power to you, but I'll be on the one on the ground watching you while I'm visiting puppies and petting them and trying to see if they'll fit in my suitcase. Let's watch a video now that'll show you a little bit more about this amazing and historic city.
Climb aboard our Skagway White Pass Railroad Summit excursion and take an unforgettable journey on the scenic railway of the world. You'll enjoy vast canyon and river views while relaxing in your vintage passenger coach. Journey, you'll follow the Skagway River and you'll pass by landmarks such as Bridal Veil Falls, Inspiration Point, and Dead Horse Gulch. This half-day tour is the perfect way for you to immerse yourself in a relaxing historical journey.
I'm Trish. I live in Texas. And I was really surprised, Diana, to hear you say that Alaska was bigger than Texas, because I honestly did not think anything could be bigger than the state of Texas. Man. I'm going to talk to you just a few seconds about glaciers. Glaciers cover around 28,000 square miles of Alaska. And as you saw before, it's the top reason people actually travel to Alaska. Have you ever wondered why glaciers are blue? We can see in these pictures that glaciers are blue. Red and yellow light waves are not able to be absorbed by all of this dense ice that's formed by this glacier, but somehow blue can. So it absorbs all of this blue, and this is how you see these ice formations as a spectacular, cool blue color. I just think it's amazing. Glaciers can be seen by a cruise ship or land tours, with many activities on land, such as you can take a rail tour, you can go hiking, so you can get up close and personal with its beauty and all of the wildlife that it contains and that Diana and Kim were speaking about. You can also visit the Glacier Bay National Park. That park is over 5,000 square miles of roaring glaciers, rugged mountains, and you'll have many opportunities to enjoy its beauty and learn its history. Again, when you're visiting Alaska, if you're doing it by a cruise ship, be sure and pick out the best side of that cruise ship, and we can help you with that, so So you can just sit in your balcony view with your coffee in the morning and view these magnificent glaciers and wildlife as it goes by.
Now that you have seen the Inside Passage cruise nights of 7 nights, I want to share with you that this is not the end. In the next email, I will share with you the land portion of the trip. I've added other videos here on this email, what you watch at your leisure. Hope you enjoy the first part of this series of emails. I'm also adding a survey of when will be best for me to do a Zoom meeting with you and share more information and answer your questions. Please fill out and let me know the best time for us to sit down and have that meeting. For now, see you in the next video.